I very well might just change my Instagram name to German Muscle HD. Nah, we're not gonna do that. But whenever I get a chance to review a Mercedes, I'm gonna do it. And right now, that's what I've been getting. So this is the 2021 E450 4MATIC Mercedes Benz, and I think it's a great looking car. A lot of people have talked down on the new styling of the front end and the rear end, saying that it's too soft. Even on the AMGs, they say it's too soft. I like it. I like the headlight design. I like the longer hood, the shorter grille. I like that. Um, the thing that I don't like about this one, it is not a performance model. It's not an AMG, so it doesn't need to have active vents and all that kind of stuff. But like a lot of the valences are fake. That's plastic. Doesn't pass through anything. Now the front grille actually is through and through to the radiator, so that's good. Really like the style of the headlights. It's on 19-inch Goodyear Eagle Sports AMG wheels. Got the pretty big calipers and rotors in the front. 4-piston calipers, looks like. Really nice body lines. Still a pretty big rotor in the back. Got a little 1-piston caliper in the rear. I really like the taillight design. It's kind of slopes back. The thing that pisses me off the most about this car, especially on the exterior, is that most of the time these exhaust vents, valences, are at least open for the exhaust to stick through. Well, not in this case. It's literally blocked off, and that's just a plastic mesh right there. The exhaust tip is right there. That's kind of annoying. Biggest letdown of the whole car is that right there. Power trunk. Pretty good sized trunk as well. Little toolkit. No spare, but you got a little luggage thing. Some more tools. Power assisted. It does ride on air suspension, which makes this thing just that much better to drive. That's literally my favorite thing about it, is the air suspension. It's one of the smoothest cars I've ever driven. You can drive this thing across the country and just float along. I love it. Going right into the interior, got this dark wood over brown with black. These beautiful seats. Animation on the dash, pretty cool. The front end of the car. You got this funky steering wheel, a little bit different than the last Mercedes video I posted. It's got this weird kind of inward contour in the middle. It's pretty funky. You got wireless charging down here. You got lollipops when you buy the car. You've got the trackpad and all your buttons for the camera, auto stop start. The auto stop starts on these new Mercedes are super smooth. Love it. Of course, like I said, you got the dark wood run along the whole entire dashboard. And it's funny, this brown is called nut brown. It's pretty funny. Not much else going on in the interior. You got the Burmeister sound system. You got a panoramic sunroof. It's split, actually, which is kind of interesting. Very normal back seat. Cup holders in the center rest right there. Very basic on the interior, but this isn't a fully loaded E-Class, so you're not going to have a whole bunch of amenities. But looking at the price breakdown, like I said, E450 4MATIC, it has the 3-liter inline 6 turbo, 362 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, through a 9-speed automatic. Base price is $62,000. The exterior paint, which is very pretty, $720 option, and the nut brown over black leather interior is a $1,600 option. The one thing that I wish it did have was I wish the dashboard was leather wrapped. Instead, it has somewhat of a soft touch material that runs along the dashboard and on the top of the door panels. Seems a little cheap, you know, for the price, but it's neither here nor there. You have the acoustic comfort package, the AMG wheels, the augmented video for navigation, which I showed you guys in the last Mercedes video, which is really neat. Panoramic sunroof, the air body control, air suspension. That is a must. The air suspension on this car is a must. It's probably my favorite feature of the car is how smooth this thing rides. Of all the cars I've driven, this is probably the one that I could drive cross country and not get tired in. This thing is amazingly comfortable going down the road, even fully loaded with four people, four grown adults. It just floats along, which makes me want to drive the S-Class even more so, because this isn't even the biggest body that Mercedes offers, obviously. So definitely worth getting. The black headliner, whatever. The M-Bucks, which is like Mercedes-Benz's, assistant or whatever for the head unit. The charging, wireless charging, the driver assistance package, which has all your safety features, is a $2,300 or $1,900 package. Then the premium package, which has your parking sensors, the surround view camera, Burmeister sound system, all that stuff, $2,300. So your total price is about $75,290. The problem is that this market right now is, one, people are going to say, why are you reviewing all these German cars? Well, the problem is German cars in particular, or foreign cars, American auto manufacturers have gotten rid of sedans. Look at Ford. There are no more sedans. There isn't. You have hatchbacks, coupes, and then crossover SUVs. There's no more sedans. GM, very few. And it's not very many full size. I think the CT6 Cadillac is the only full size vehicle from GM, and then Dodge just has the Charger. So there isn't very many options from American car makers for a full size sedan. So if you want to look elsewhere, or if you want one, you're going to have to look overseas. You're going to have to look foreign. You're looking at BMW, Lexus, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Audi. That's who you're looking at. So I'm a Mercedes guy. I've always liked Mercedes, but of course there's other brands that make full-size sedans. So yeah, not much going on in the interior. A lot of what this car has to offer is just the comfort and the cruisability, like how well it can cruise, I should say, and just how smooth it is. The driving aspect of this car is just really its selling point. Of course, you can get the higher performance ones with the V8 or the higher performance V6 twin turbo motors. I'm assuming they offer. Like I had the E63S. It's the same platform car, but it just didn't ride as smooth because it's a performance car, so it's on harder Michelin tires. Blah blah blah. This one is built to ride the highways, go cross country, and be smooth. So that's what you're buying this car for. And I'm gonna show you a little bit just how smooth it is in the video. Hopefully it translates. Now it's powered by a 3-liter inline 6 with a turbo, making about 370 horsepower and just under 400 pound-feet of torque through a 9-speed, and is all-wheel drive. Again, it's not an AMG, so it doesn't have AMG power, but given that this car is fairly light, you guys just saw the review I did for the GLE 53. It's a big SUV, weighs about 5,000 pounds. I would guess that this car maybe weighs high 3,000 pounds, just under 4 maybe, if I had to guess. So the same, just under a little bit of power that the GLE 53 had in this car, it pulls it along so effortlessly, especially in comfort mode. You don't even feel the shifts. It's just a beautiful ride, super smooth. So yeah, it's perfect engine for this thing for somebody that's buying it as a daily driver. Not enough power to suck away fuel economy, but just enough to get past people if you have to on the highway. And during my time in the driving that I've done with it, I have gotten 26, 27 miles per gallon on the highway, which is really good for a full-size sedan, fuel economy. I think that's pretty good. So that's one of the biggest selling points for the car, is the fuel economy. And it's still got, like I said, it's still got plenty of power to pass people if you need it to. It's just the acoustic package with it, so it's it's really quiet inside. You don't hear the engine when you don't want to. In Sport Plus mode, it does hold the shifts out. It shifts a little harder, makes it a little more fun. And with these tires, it does handle quite well. But when you're just driving in regular comfort mode, it's just a regular old sedan that just floats along, super comfortable. Build quality, the interior is nice. It's not any creaks, rattles, or squeaks, anything like that. It's a really, really nice car. So like I said, I'm a big advocate of Mercedes-Benz. I like them. I've never had any issues out of the ones that I've test driven. Now, granted, that's only been a week, but I like where they're going with their cars. I've always liked Mercedes, so take that for what you want. I've always considered 2 or 3 brands to be just like posh luxury when it comes to cruising cars. Well, in the past, I guess in like back in the day with big body cars, it was Lincoln, Cadillac, Buick, you know, for American cars. And for foreign cars, you of course got your really high-end stuff, Rolls-Royce, Bentley. But I've always considered sedan Mercedes to be that luxury car that you look to when you're looking for something for comfort. And that's what this thing is. Like I mentioned before, this thing, when you leave it in just regular comfort driving mode, and it has all the other modes, Eco, Sport, and Sport Plus, the way that this one's set up with the drivetrain that it has, the turbo inline 6, this thing is just meant to just cruise, just coast along. I don't know how to explain it because it's hard to describe through a video, but I mean, it just floats along, man. It's so comfortable. You know, these tires, yeah, that could be maybe a little bit better of a tire to absorb a little bit more of the road noise. You feel a little bit of the road, not as much as you would in maybe the E63S that I had, which were on those Michelin Pilot Sport 2s. But these tires are kind of a middle ground sport tire, comfort tire, if I had to guess. And it does a great job still. It soaks up the bumps pretty good. And, you know, the air suspension is the key, is the cream of the crop. Sets this car over the top. I did not mean to rhyme that, by the way. But that's what makes this car so comfortable and so great to drive. And it's the selling point, in my opinion, for this vehicle. Yeah, a bigger engine would be nice, but I think for the price point in which you'd buy this car for, this engine combination and transmission is perfect because you get good fuel economy. Right now, I'm averaging just under 26 miles per gallon on this tank, and I've gone almost 500 miles, which is pretty doggone good. So yeah, it's hard to explain. There's no need for me to put it in Sport Plus mode because you're not going to get a real exhaust note from it. It's not going to change much. It just makes the shifts a little firmer, holds the gears out a little longer. But the whole point of this car is just to float, and I just hit a butterfly. Kind of sad. But anyways, 2021 E450 Mercedes-Benz. Great option for a daily driver if you're looking for a full-size sedan, because like I said, there aren't many options available left for new vehicles from American manufacturers, auto manufacturers. So it's got my vote. I would definitely own one. The S-Class is still my first choice, but some people just don't need a vehicle that big and don't want to spend that kind of money. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.